What's up, you guys? Your boy AOT Tom Westman, and I'm back at it again with another video, man. And today we're gonna cover the Big Ten. I told you guys I'm gonna be pumping out one of each college football conference every week. If you are new to the channel, man, I would love for you to like this video and subscribe to the channel, man. And for you guys that are new, we cover football, we cover anything that's going on in the culture, anything like that. You know what I mean? So we cover pop culture and anything. You feel me? But right now, we're getting in close to the football season. We're in the last week of July. I think August starts, next Tuesday? So this is basically the last week of July. So, man, we getting close to that football season, you know what I mean? So, let's get right on into the college football season, man. So, we're going to go over the Big Ten East first, and then we'll go over the Big Ten West, just like we did with the other two videos that I did about the different conferences. And if you guys want to see that, I will have that link in the description for you, so you guys can just go back, look at that, you know, see whatever you want to see. Alright, now let's get into it. The Big Ten East last year had Penn State 8-1, 11-3 in conference. Ohio State 8-1, 11-2, and then Michigan was 7-2, 10-3. Indiana was 4-5 in the conference and 6-7. Maryland was 3-6 and 6-7 as well. Michigan State actually had a very disappointing year with that 1-8 record in the conference and 3-9 in the overall. And then Rutgers went 0-9 in the conference, winless, and then 2 wins outside of the conference. Then on the west side, it was Wisconsin went 11-3 overall, 7-2 in the conference. Iowa went 6-3 in the conference, as well as Nebraska went 6-3 in the conference. And Iowa actually had a worse record. Nebraska was 9-4. Iowa was 8-5. Northwestern came in at 7-6 last year with 5-4, so right above 500 in the conference. Same with Minnesota. Minnesota actually was 9-4, but they were 5-4 in the conference. So they won all their out-of-conference games, but they lost some games in the conference. Illinois was 2-7 with a 3-9 record outside of the conference, and then Purdue struggling again once again. 1-8 outside of the inside the conference, and 3-9 overall. Now, let me go through each team. Now, let's focus on, I think the West is probably a little weaker. Big Ten football is a lot about running the ball. I noticed that. They run the ball like a lot. It's really a run the ball, ground and pound. They still play like they're in the 1940s. Only team that really kind of airs it out a little bit is really Ohio State. And that's really it, honestly, to be real with you. The rest of those teams kind of play a ground and pound type offense. Well, the Big West, I'm obviously going to have Purdue coming in at bottom. The talent. They don't have the talent. It's just what it is. They don't have the talent. The next team I actually have is Illinois. I'm going to keep them in that same spot. I think this team is a good, decent team. I think they might actually get like 4 wins this year, but not enough to get a bowl game or anything like that. Then after that, I actually have Minnesota this year. I don't have them at 9 wins. I think they go maybe like 7 wins, 8 wins, but hey, that's better than not. Then after that, my surprise team in the West is actually Northwestern. I have them getting like 8 wins, 8 to 9 wins this year. I think Northwestern is definitely a sleeper team that people may want to watch out for. And then after that, I have Nebraska going 9-4, just like they did last year, or 9-3. I could see them definitely possibly getting some wins in those predicaments. But yeah, Iowa is another team I would really like to watch out for, because I feel like if their offense and their defense can match, because either it's like one year their offense is really good and their defense is really bad, or either their defense is really good and their offense is really bad. But I definitely can see Iowa getting like 9 wins if their offense and defense can come together. And then at the top of the conference, I got Wisconsin still running things up there. I just feel like, you know, they're going to run things, you know what I'm saying? They're going to run that ball, they're going to put it on the ground, and they're going to put their big linemen out there. I mean, Wisconsin has some huge old linemen, like big, like I think they actually just put one in the pro this year. I think Ramsack. I could be wrong. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they just put a big-time guard or tackle in the league this year. So, shout out to Wisconsin. Now, let's get on to the east side, the side I really want to talk about. Rutgers went winless in the conference this year. I do think they'll get 1 win probably in the conference, and if that win is going to be anybody, it's probably either going to be Maryland or Purdue, possibly. I don't know if they have Purdue on their schedule. I really didn't check. But I did look at some of them like that, and Rutgers is just not a good team. The team I have after that is Maryland. I have Maryland actually getting about 5 wins this year. I think Maryland could possibly make a little bit of noise against some of the Penn States and Ohio States, but I don't think they'll win just because of the type of offense they run. I forgot Maryland's another team that likes to spread the ball out, have everybody out. I forgot about Maryland. They like to spread people out, so I think that's another one. Indiana's the next team I have up. I feel like Indiana is a good team, and I feel like they're very well on their way to being like a 7-win team, bowl eligible type team. I just feel like they're missing a piece maybe on defense to make them a little bit better. But I do definitely like what they have on offense. I mean, they really are talented on offense. I really like what they have. They always lack kind of talent because you got to see who you're recruiting against. You're recruiting against Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan State. You know what I'm saying? Wisconsin, that whole area, Iowa. There's just a lot of good recruits that go to that school, so it's really hard to recruit in that area. Then after that, I actually have Michigan State rebounding this year. 1-8, that's like a real disappointing season for D'Antoni. I don't see him doing that 2 years in a row. I just don't. Their problem last year was quarterback. I watched the game when they played Michigan, and that quarterback was horrible. I just didn't like him. He just was not good. I guess I'm used to the regulars like the Connor Cooks that they had, the Cousins. You know what I'm saying? They've actually had decent quarterbacks, but Michigan State, if they get a quarterback, they'll be right back to 8 or 9 wins. Then after that, I actually have Michigan coming in, getting 10 wins. And then I have Penn State after that, getting 11 wins. And then I got Ohio State actually running the table. They might lose one game, and if I think they will lose one game, it'll probably either be to Penn State or Michigan. But besides that, I mean, and they do have a game against Oklahoma, but that game is at home. So, I mean, Ohio State's going to win that most likely. So, yeah, man, I really feel like Ohio State's probably going to make the playoffs this year. JT Barrett, to me, is not that great of a quarterback, personally. But I think they will find their way in the playoffs. That's just the facts. Hopefully they don't have that problem like they had last year where I felt like Penn State should have been there. Penn State beat Ohio State, and on top of that, they won their conference. So, I mean, I really don't know how that worked out. But, I mean, it is what it is, you know what I mean? But I do think that Penn State will be in the mix, but I think Michigan is just going to be a tad bit better than them this year. So that's just what it is on that. And I'm actually glad I'm doing this because this is the day after their media day that I'm recording this. So it's like perfect timing. I think next week we'll give the Big 12 and then Pac-12. So we'll get into that more. You guys get in the comment box, man. Tell me what y'all think about my rankings, man. I'm out.